Hey guys, it's Maria.
This is Charlie.
Thank you for joining us for this week's weekly recap.
Let's go ahead and start off, Maria, where we ended last week with ENPH. ENPH had ER last week. It was amazing ER. What happened Monday? We all come in. The market, the Dow goes down almost 1,000 points Monday at one point. Some dips in many stocks. We got to pick up Twitter. I know Tech Money picked up Microsoft on Monday. A lot of things. Actually, we did sell the Twitter. He's still riding the Microsoft. But one of the things we got to pick up again that we played last week was ENPH. Go over the chart of that a little bit for us.
So right now you're looking at a 5-day chart. Let me go ahead and go back 10 days so you can see from ER. So here's the ER last Tuesday. Nice pop after hours. And she last week hit a high in the 31 area, pulled back, held above the 200, and this week made a new high of 32.80 today, and closing actually above 30, which I really like. So really pretty chart.
Gorgeous chart after that dip Monday, just straight up every day. Another one we got to play this week, Solar Edge. Same situation as that. Solar companies, obviously, perfect ERs. In times of volatility, in a week like this, and they say there's always something to play, this is a great example of that. Solar Edge, I believe they reported Tuesday, Maria, Tuesday night maybe?
Tuesday night. So before the ER, we were trading around 60, between 63 and 65 in that area. Nice pop after hours, hit 76 and change if I remember correctly. The next day, kind of hit resistance in the 80s. Still looks good though if you're looking at the weekly. Yesterday, Thursday, little dip, but still came back up and held in that 80 area. Mostly consolidation yesterday, and today closing well above the 200.
And that was one we had bought Wednesday, and great trade on that. We sold it when it first got through the $80 range. We sold it for the first time. Then it just kept having trouble, 80. It would get there, stay there, etc. Today, once it finally got through convincingly, boom, in the 84s. Great trade on Solar Edge. There's always something to play. Great news on AMD yesterday. This was, we sent this out to the new private Twitter as well. Maria, I'm going to let you go ahead and go over that news and some of that flow for AMD.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and get AMD pulled up and first go over that news. So this is the news that came out yesterday morning. AMD announces Google, Twitter as customers with newest EPYC processors. And then yesterday, you'll see I have this filter just so you guys know. Calls only, sweeps only, at and above ask. You see here, they're buying all kinds of strikes, all kinds of expirations. The ones that really caught our eyes were the 33.5s. And you'll see that they started off white, turned purple above the ask, and look at the contract's price. Just continuously kept moving up.
This is one when we sent that out, we had good intentions on playing that very first thing yesterday morning. We did get sidetracked, ended up playing it later in the day. But hopefully somebody got that when we sent the news announcement and was ready to play that. We were going to play that on the live webinar yesterday, but we did get distracted with Roku a little bit, which is a different story. That's okay. Other than AMD, another one that had just gorgeous flow yesterday, Snap. And I want to go over that flow. We hear from traders a lot because we trade with over 1,000 people every single day. And some of them have problems, some of them don't have problems. One of the characteristics of people that have problems, lack of patience. If the only thing you traded all week was the Snap flow, then it was a good week. That's all you needed. That Snap flow. They started off white. What that meant was OI had not yet been met for the day. Turned purple. What that means is OI has now been met for the day and it has been exceeded. Then it turned yellow, meaning that yellow, they bought whatever the OI was, they bought more than that in one single trade. So this trader came in and just buying everything in sight. Now, the contracts weren't moving, so at first it was a little bit confusing, like, why isn't this moving? And you can see they're coming in right around, and the reason the contracts weren't moving is because actually it started at 1603 and they were still buying at 1595, so the stock was going down. They were still buying everything in sight. So you can see they're buying this under 16. Today it hit 1719. In the options world, that's a huge move. If there was nothing else that you traded all week, it was not a wasted week if you are patient and wait on the proper flow. Not only that, there were some great pickups in the room. Everybody did good. Maria, you had some great plays. Tech Money had great Microsoft and some other plays. Everybody, Bender had some amazing plays. Melstone, everybody, Teresa, everybody, Kang, really had a good week during this volatile week. But the problem we see where everybody, they come in and they're trying to bounce around, we call it puppy trading. What does that mean, puppy trading? You let a puppy outside and it goes and pees on all four car tires, pees on every bush, and pees on every tree in the yard. Old dog just walks out there and pees on one tree and comes back in the house and lays down. That's kind of like how I like to trade this week. And, as far as patience goes, it was one or two trades a lot of those days. Okay, maybe I got carried away on some SPY trades later on in the week, but I like to stick to a Solar Edge, an ENPH, a Snap, Tech Money getting in his Microsoft. You don't have to come in and trade what you hear Amazon and you just start running at Amazon. Then you hear Snap and you run to Snap, and you hear SPY and you run to SPY. That is not how you do it. Come in, figure out what you're good at, figure out your plan. So it's really overall just a very good week, even though you look at the markets, you go, well, it's kind of really a shitty turbulent week. If you stuck to really good flow and you stuck to really good ERs, or you bought good companies on the dips, you had a decent week. Maria, I'm going to let you talk about that.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent week. There were some plays out there. The room, for the most part, did really well. And I have to agree with you, Charlie. The patience part is what gets most traders in trouble. Every single person that sent me a DM this week, the constant theme was staying patient. I cannot emphasize that enough. You don't have to trade every day. It's okay if you don't trade for a day. It's okay if you don't trade for an hour. Your money does not always have to be in the market. We've said it before and we'll say it again. Cash is a position. So stay patient. Wait for those setups. They will come. I promise. They will come. Charlie, you have
It will
anything
come.
else to add?
That's it. Looking forward to next week. Wasn't a ton of flow to go over. Wasn't a ton of ERs that just blew my mind. And that's really all I have.
All right. Same here, guys. We appreciate you watching. As always, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video. If you ever want a trial, you can hit us up on social media, StockTwits, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or you can just respond in the comments below and we'll get you set up there. We hope everyone has a great weekend and we will see you on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.